I hear this like, again, pop, pop, pop. And this time I had this sharp stabbing pain, this crazy, like, it was the weirdest pain in my right shoulder.
What the
I
fuck?
fall to the ground. Yeah, dude, exactly. And I have no idea what's going on. I have a little bit of painkillers in me, but
Hmm.
not enough.
Hmm.
I'm hitting the call button. Again, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's taking forever for somebody to actually come. Eventually, a nurse does come. Oh my God, she helps you back up. She's like, what happened? I explain the sound, explain the pain. Her fucking eyeballs kind of went just massive. She was like, oh no, like she knew something that I didn't.
Oh
And she comes
no.
and gets a wheelchair, chucks me in the wheelchair, rushes me down, mask on, gloves, all this shit, straight in, like past all these other people that were lined up for CAT scans, straight in. And my large intestine had fucking exploded and I was septic and I was dying. And I
How the
had no
fuck
idea.
did she know from the shoulder though? Like, what the hell is
So,
that?
because it's fucking rare, but apparently sometimes, well, like the air that's inside of you as it escapes kind of has to go somewhere.
Hmm.
And but I think it was more the sound was the thing that triggered her to know, oh shit. Like it was literally
Oh,
large intestine exploding. Like the pop 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 was it like just falling to pieces.
so you knew it was
So
coming from down here, the sound. You like located the
I didn't
sound.
know. I
Oh,
honestly
okay.
had no
Okay.
idea. It was this weird thing. It was like this kind of like it's hard to say, like, oh, I heard it inside my body, but
Right, right.
I don't really know. But
Yeah,
I did
okay.
hear pops. So I get the CAT scan, and I still don't know. They haven't told me anything. I only now know
Oh,
in hindsight looking back, but I don't know what's going on. So
right.
then I'm getting wheeled like super fast. So I know something's fucked. I get wheeled into like a surgery room, surrounded like the Simpsons, man. Like there's all these like doctors just like looking at me. I'm fucking scared. I have
Yeah.
no idea. No one's telling me anything. And I have this anesthesiologist who, man, like talk about again, pardon the pun, not listening to your gut. There was something off with him. Like he just lacked confidence. And it's something that I think that if you're going to be in that area, you should for sure have fucking confidence, guy.
I mean,
So,
even if you don't, if you're an anesthesiologist, you need to pretend you do. You know what I mean? Like that is a job that you can't be like, oh, okay, I think this is gonna be. Let's try it here. Like that's not what anesthesiologists should be doing. You know?
and
Yeah.
that was quite literally his demeanor. So I was like, at this point, I'm pretty like, dude, he was like a fucking David Brent character or something. Like he was like, oh, and he was just
Right.
like doing these like weird jokes. I'm like, starting to feel nervous about this guy, but I don't know. I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings or something. It was stupid. But anyway, so he's putting the epidural thing in my back, and I
Mhm.
can hear him like fucking muttering himself. And
Jesus.
meanwhile, he's like fucking, stabbing me with this like fucking sword in my spine, and I'm
Those
just like,
hurt so
yeah,
bad. Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel amazing, guy.
Yeah.
So he thinks he gets it. He
Right.
assures me that he is, and
Oh
next
boy.
minute I'm out. And last thing I remember was being sort of like tied down and kind of like or not tied down, but laid down in like a Jesus Christ pose.
Okay. Yeah.
To obviously a few hours later, having no idea what had happened, and I was flailing like crazy. The motherfucker didn't put the epidural in the right spot. So I woke up,
Oh.
apparently, I have no memory of this because they fed me fentanyl to calm me down. But I
Yeah.
woke up feeling the full wrath of being cut like, 5 inches above and below my navel. So I'm like fucking flailing. Apparently, I hit some nurse, obviously by accident. So at this time, I actually am quite literally tied down. And I remember
Oh
so
my
well
God.
looking over at my arm, being like, what the fuck? Like reality hit me very quick. Like adrenaline was
Yeah.
rushing in. Now
Yeah.
I was being fed like drops, like water driplets of fentanyl, and they were monitoring me.
Oh
Obviously, it's such
my
a
God.
so I
Wow,
don't
dude.
know this. And I've got this one beautiful nurse who, she's like Mother Teresa is like her head, like the fucking hospital, like
Yeah.
surgical lights behind her. And she's feeding me, and I love her, man. I think about her all the time. She's feeding me these like little lollipops that are kind of like dipped in ice or have ice on them.
Okay.
And it's a soothing thing, and whatever worked to calm me down. So I have no
Wow.
idea what's happened. I'm out of it. The fentanyl's doing its job. I get wheeled into my room. I wake up probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours later, out of it, but enough, and I'm in a lot of pain. And I fucking what the fuck? And I like pull the sheet back, and I've got a shit bag, essentially a colostomy bag, duct taped, strapped to my fucking belly. I'm 39, about to turn 40. this is 3 years ago. So
Oh,
yeah,
wait a second though. Wait a second though. You didn't know what they were gonna do to you? Like you didn't know what
I
was
had no
wrong?
idea.
Nobody explained anything?
In hindsight, they may have done, but I was just
Okay.
on so many. I was so out of it, and I was so focused on COVID then too. Like
Mm.
that was taking up all my bandwidth. I was so scared of that.
Oh
And
man.
they may have done in their defense, you know, because it's pretty
Yeah.
cruel to just march somebody in
Sure.
and cut them off.
It's not
But
unheard of, but yeah, it is cruel.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure it isn't. But I don't
Yeah.
have any memory of them telling me. So I like saw that and yeah, got pretty upset, obviously, because it's just like your whole confidence as a young guy or youngish guy just disappears.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was going to be with me forever, or whatever. And this is just the initial feeling.
Hmm.
So
Right.
what
Yeah.
happened was, to wrap this bit up, they had removed my large intestine and had to like, because obviously it's fucked, just some demon. They throw that in the trash, and then they literally like air blow dry you out because you're
Oh my God.
and like I'm like leaking gross
Yeah.
shit all
Yeah.
through my organs. Everything's
Yeah.
shutting down. So they
Poison.
saved my
You
life.
got poison inside your body, right? That's what
Yeah.
sepsis is, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I had like a 30% chance of survival.
Oh.
And like this is all stuff I find out after the fact.
Right. Right. Right.
And then yeah, and so I now have to live with this new situation. I'm in hospital for like 5 weeks.
Oh
This is
my God.
day 4 or 5 of me being in hospital that I now have woken up to this. So I have a lot to get used to very quick. Not going to get into like everything this entails for the obvious reasons. You can kind of do the math on that, but it was a very heavy blow. Then the next thing was, because I was on all these steroids, it thins the skin and can make healing take a little that bit longer. Again, had no idea. So I had all these staples like up here. I can show the scars afterwards if you want, but I have all these staples up here. And they had to leave them in a little bit longer because of this. But then the skin started kind of growing over the staples.
Oh God.
And I had this like, she was awesome. I do love her, but her bedside manner was maybe up for having a chat about, because she was, you know, like she's like this like big, beautiful, like African woman that's like, you think this is hard in my country? So she's got that speech, so you can't, that speech is, you know, so.
Yeah.
And she's also fucking valid. Like, that's fair. Okay, yeah, I can put up with this little bits of pain considering some of the shit you've seen.
Right, yeah.
But it fucking hurt so bad, man. Like, ripping out all these staples. The last one, she rips it out. And dude, it's like a scene. It's fucking something. It's like a scene. Sorry. It's like a scene out of Alien. My stomach opens all the way back up again.
On the last one?
On the last one.
Oh my God.
At that point, you know, I'd been in hospital for like 4 weeks or whatever, like just going through the motions, trying to stay as sane as possible, asking for all the morphine, developing morphine addictions, having nurses either be the sweetest, kindest angels from above or just like fucking demons from the underground that don't believe. Because that's the other big thing that people don't talk about too, is there's that stigma of like, oh, you know, you better not get an addiction to morphine. Or it's like, well, motherfucker, you're feeding me this amazing thing that makes my life manageable right now. Of course I'm going to get addicted to it. And you have to take that in consideration when you're taking a patient off this. And for my case, it was just like cut. And then I was back to being so much pain.
Oh, God.